Today I'm gonna give you 5 luxury watches that look the absolute bollocks, but will not break your bank, or break the bank. How does that work? So basically, Johnny, it's like 5 incredible watches that look more expensive than they actually are. It's not bad. Before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel now. And if you're looking to buy a watch, the team at Pride & Pinion is ready for you. Ready to buy and sell your watch. So go to prideandpinion.com. Let's start off. Number 1. Johnny, I actually was thinking, right, when I was preparing myself for this video, I was like, I want proper luxury brands in there, but I don't want people to pay luxury brand money. Yeah. There's a few absolute rock stars in this. The first Bang Bros watch is the Rado Golden Horse.
Golden Horse? That's what we named that.
Oh, yeah, it is called Golden Horse.
Well, let's hope it looks better than it sounds.
You know what? We have never really talked about Rado, right? Rado is a legit watchmaker, like genuine. And they were quite groundbreaking in the 60s, I believe 1962 with a Diastar. They were the first unscratchable, scratch-resistant watch. That's quite important.
Maybe you need to get some Rados.
Maybe. They have done incredible things. What Rado has done incredibly well in the recent years is, for example, the Captain Cooks, but also the watch that looks significantly more expensive than it actually is, the Rado Golden Horse. They came up with this in 1957. They had to reintroduce this watch and they made a home run. You know what it is? It's like horses on the dial and stuff, and it's gold, but they also come with several different dials and some of them are limited edition. I've seen the green one, and the green one is absolutely beautiful. And that Beach bracelet is unbelievable. Incredibly good looking watch. That's the reason why this Rado deserves a spot on the list of watches that look expensive but do not break the bank. I mean, the retail starts in at about the $2,000, I believe, but you can get them pre-owned in at around $1,700, $1,800. What people consider expensive varies, of course, but a luxury watch from a proper Swiss watch brand, proper Swiss watchmaker in and around that budget, unbelievable. Let's put it this way, right? If you took the Rado logo off and you put Rolex or Omega on this, the watch would have been double the price. So that's why I think this watch deserves to be on the list of one of the 5 very expensive looking watches that do not break the bank.
Depending on your bank, of course. Terms and conditions apply.
Terms and conditions apply. Watch number 2! This watch is not produced anymore, Johnny. They do make a variation of this watch, but the exact watch, which I'm telling you right now, is not being produced anymore. It's reference number 453100, and then of course, you know which brand I'm talking about.
Omega.
Well done! The Omega DeVille Prestige, an incredible versatile watch. A watch that measures 35mm, so it is quite limited to the people that can wear that, right? Although, I always say that small watches do fit on big wrists. Big watches only fit on big wrists. Like, it looks ridiculous if there's a big watch on a tiny wrist, right? The Omega DeVille is actually a really cool story. The name DeVille was introduced in 1960. It's about 12 or 13 years after the launch of the Seamaster. And the DeVille was only introduced within the Omega Seamaster line. The first time the name DeVille was visible on the dial was in around 1962, 1963. So 2 years after launch. The Omega Seamaster DeVille and the Omega DeVille in general became a massive success, mainly in the American markets because it was a more elegant, a more sophisticated, sporty but elegant watch. In 1967, Omega took the DeVille name off the Seamaster line and made it its own elegant line of watches. And what we're talking about here is a automatic Omega DeVille Prestige that was in production in about the 2010, 2011, 2012. A watch with an incredibly beautiful dial and a really, really nice bracelet. I would say the price point of this watch sits between $1,200 and $1,400. Keep in mind, it's still a chronometer certified automatic Omega for that money. Watch number 3. Which brand do you think is next?
Longines.
You know what? I was thinking about putting a Longines on, but I didn't do it. I didn't put Longines on this list. It's a legit watchmaker, a legit watch brand, actually a really old watch brand that finds its origin in 1830. Changed the name to Baume Mercier in 1918. 1918 it was, I remember it well. I'm just gonna say this, you should only buy this watch pre-owned and not new. This watch new costs 3,000 euros. There's like a million different variants of this exact watch, right? Cheap ones that you can buy around 200 euros, avoid that. Right? Anything below, say, 900 euros, avoid that. I have a specific model in mind. You should buy that, and that model alone. A perfect alternative for the Jaeger LeCoultre reversal. It doesn't flip, but it is the same type of design. And perfect alternative for a Cartier tank. Keep in mind, a Cartier tank you can still buy in and around that same price. But these are old. I'm not talking about vintage, I'm talking about old beaten up Cartier tanks, not beautiful vintage Cartier tanks. There's a big difference between the two, right? Proper Cartier tank sits in a budget $2,500, but this watch, a perfect alternative. Of course, watch number 3 is the Baume Hampton. We've never really spoke about Baume, but actually a proper watch brand, a proper watchmaker. And in my very humble opinion, I think Baume is overdoing a lot of things. But honestly, the Hampton is an incredible alternative for the Cartier tank in this case. The Baume Hampton, reference number MOA 10528, which is, by the way, also an automatic watch. This is just an incredibly good looking watch, which most definitely looks more expensive than the watch actually cost. You can pick up this exact watch pre-owned between $1,300 and $1,500. And like I said, don't buy this watch new, because then it's not a watch that looks more expensive than it actually is. It does break the bank. Watch number 4, the Hamilton Khaki bronze version. A watch that looks absolutely insane. 43mm case, a bronze looking watch. Actually, it looks a bit gold. It's just an incredibly beautiful watch. A watch that cost actually retail in around the $1,800-$1,900. Absolute value for money. An automatic watch in a 43mm case. A beautiful watch. Of course, this is the Hamilton Khaki Pilot Pioneer, reference number H7670953. Perfect size, not for smaller wrists. Pre-owned, you pick them up in and around $1,200 to $1,500. Value for money, incredible watch. And yes, this watch does look significantly more expensive than it actually is. So we have had 4 watches. What do you think of my selection?
I like them so far. Kind of my style, a lot of them, you know.
You haven't seen any photo
I know,
yet.
I can't see a single thing.
There's one brand that's actually missing here. We also haven't really spoken about, but a brand that deserves all the respect with the Bel Canto. So that means that you now know which brand I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
Watch number 5 is the Christopher Ward C63 GMT, particularly with the wide dial. It's a watch that is extremely functional, in this case with a GMT function. A watch that is wearable across so many sizes. A watch that looks significantly more expensive than it actually is. It's British design, it's Swiss watchmaking, a load of other marketing terms, but whatever the they say, I don't give a shit. I just care about the absolute watch, which I think is an absolute home run. The watch retails between $1,100 and $1,300. Now you can pick this watch up pre-owned in and around the $700, and you get a lot of watch for that money. That watch looks and feels significantly more expensive. That is a watch I would want to have, same as the Hamilton, in my personal collection. These are my first ever 5 picks for the watches that look significantly more expensive than they actually cost. They do not. The watches that don't break the bank. Please let me know in the comments what you think of my selection, and as well, I want to hear your suggestions.